Hello and welcome to my channel. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. Let's get into it. Cristiano Ronaldo, mate. Ronaldo. He ain't happy, is he? He is not happy. So I wake up today to tech. My phone's blowing up. My mates are messaging me. Have you seen what Ronaldo said? Have you seen what Ronaldo said? And I had a look and I listened to what he said, and I must admit, my first impression was, what's the big deal? I see all these massive headlines. I feel betrayed. I don't respect the manager, la. And then I look at the actual content of what they're talking about, and let's break it down. So Ronaldo feels betrayed by the club. Wouldn't you feel betrayed? I feel betrayed. As a fan, do you feel betrayed? I know I do, because we've been run like a shit show for years now. Years. So that's point number one. Okay, you feel betrayed. I get it. You've not been playing. You should be playing. You're easily the best player in our team, and you can't get in the team for some mysterious reason. You're not getting in the team. Okay. So pre-season, everyone knows Ronaldo wanted to leave, or at least that's what we're led to believe. But he didn't leave. The club made him stay. If the club wanted him out, they'd have got rid of him. So the club wanted him to stay. Now, the manager didn't want him to stay. That's evident because he's not been picking him. So there's your problem straight away. The manager doesn't want a player, but the club make the manager keep that player, probably because he brings in millions and millions of pounds in PR, basically, and sponsorship deals and all the rest of it. So there's your first big error by the owners, undermining the manager by keeping a player he doesn't want and putting money ahead of the on-the-pitch matters, which is what they've been doing for years. No one's a fool. Everyone knows that. So make Ronaldo right. I'd feel betrayed as well. You've come back to Man United when you could have gone to City. You've had a Nang season last year. You've scored 24 goals in a poor United side. You've won Player of the Year. Fair enough, you've not won any trophies, but you gave it a good, you tried your best. The team didn't play well. It didn't perform well last season, but individually, Ronaldo was excellent last season. He had a brilliant season. You don't go from that to then this season and you can't get in the team. Just doesn't make sense. So Ten Hag doesn't fancy Ronaldo. We know that, and it's evident. So that's point number one. Point number two, Ronaldo saying he doesn't respect the manager. Now, that's slightly out of context. It's not quite how it is it? What he's saying is Ten Hag does not respect him, therefore he will not respect Ten Hag. What's the problem with that? Unless you're some kind of mug, why would you respect someone who shows you no respect? I wouldn't, would you? If you would, then you've got to look yourself in the mirror and decide what sort of person you are, because the way Ten Hag has treated Ronaldo, I think it's been a bit of a disgrace, really. Not picking him, leaving him out, trying to bring him on for 2 minutes, all this sort of business. It's ridiculous. And I'd be annoyed by that as well. So I'll make Ronaldo right there. Why respect someone who clearly doesn't respect you? Fair enough. No, I don't have an issue with that. Don't have an issue with the betrayal thing. As for the Rooney stuff, I couldn't care less what Rooney says. Rooney's not my legend. He's a legend of the club. He'll never be forgotten. He broke records, but for me, I'm not bothered by Rooney. I don't care what Ronaldo says about Rooney, to be honest with you. Let's not forget Rooney tried to leave the club twice, yeah? Let's not forget that. So Rooney, not fussed. And you got people like Carragher saying, Ronaldo, he should be sacked. Mate, coming from somebody who spat out of a car window into another car window with a child in the passenger seat. Are you for real? Talking about people getting sacked. You need to sit down and shut up, mate. Sacked. Ronaldo hasn't done anything to be sacked. He's not going to get sacked. From the stuff I've seen of the clips of the Piers Morgan interview, there's nothing there that I think, bloody hell, we shouldn't have said that. There's nothing there that I find disgraceful or disrespectful or dishonest or anything. I think fair enough. He's not telling me anything I didn't know. Look at what he said about Ralph Rangnick. What club, for starters, would appoint Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and sack him 2 years too late? 2 years too late. They didn't let him stay in the job for a few extra months. They kept him in position for 2 years after it was apparent to everyone that he wasn't good enough. So they get rid of Ole, and then they bring Ralph Rangnick in, who isn't a manager. Yeah, he's not a manager. He hasn't managed any top teams or done anything really of great note as a manager to warrant him getting the United job, has he? Let's be honest. So I'll make Ronaldo right about that as well. So that's 3 things he's right about. What's the problem? Everyone's getting excited. Oh, that's the end of it. I mean, it is the end. He won't play again for United, but not because of what he said. It's because of the fact that he's spoken out, not what he said, but the fact he is saying something. And we'll see what the full extent of the interview is on Wednesday and Thursday, and I look forward to watching it. I give Ronaldo credit for speaking out. Ronaldo is not the sort of person, and there's a lot of these sorts of people in football that just sit back, they keep their mouth shut, they go about their work. Ronaldo isn't like that. He's going to speak. If he feels wronged, he's going to speak up. He's not just going to sit there and take it and let the club take the piss out of him and let the club try and get the fans to turn against him. He's not going to allow that. I wouldn't allow it. Would you allow that? I wouldn't allow it. So hopefully on Wednesday and Thursday, he reveals some truths and the fans get to know stuff they probably already know, to be honest, but they haven't heard from an actual insider of the club say. So I look forward to that. Ronaldo's off to the World Cup now, so he realises that this interview's got to go out there. It's the best chance. It's going to get all the media attention, which we know Ronaldo loves that. But having said that, United love that as well. Now, whether it's negative news, positive news, any news around Manchester United, and the Glazers love it, mate. They love it. So let's not get that wrong either. The Glazers will be loving this because all the publicity, all the media attention, all the Instagrams, the YouTubes, the Twitters, United will be trending on all of them, and that is ultimately what the Glazers want in this day and age of social media. They want to mac out on social media, so they're not going to care. It wouldn't surprise me if they forced him to stay till the end of the season, really, knowing them and how they like to run the club. But I don't think you'll see Ronaldo again in a United shirt now. And it's a shame that it's got to end like this, but I think deep down all United fans probably knew it'd end like this. Ronaldo, when he leaves, he's at 37, 38. He doesn't have time to be pissing about in a Man United team that, in my opinion, is not improving. We're not going forward. I don't see a change in anything, to be honest, on the pitch. Anyone who says, I can see what Ten Hag's doing, la. That's what you want to believe because you wanted Ten Hag. So we're going to start seeing this unbalanced bias towards Ten Hag and what he's achieving and what he's turning around, and the club plays better without Ronaldo. That's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Ronaldo is our best player, head and shoulders above the rest. But yet he can't get in the team. So yeah, of course he wants to leave. We're not in the Champions League. He wants to play the Champions League. Of course he wants to leave. I don't have a problem with it. The problem I have is if he wants to leave, let him leave. By the club not allowing him to leave in the summer has caused this mess and unrest and unsettlement to our team and our season. So, and it's not a surprise, is it? It's not a surprise that it's going down this route. If you let the man leave in the summer, we wouldn't be talking about it now. We'd be fully focused on this season. The players would be concentrated and wouldn't have this whole mess. So what I'm going to say to everyone is let's calm down. Let's stop getting overexcited about Ronaldo saying he feels betrayed and whatnot, because I would feel betrayed. Let's not over sensationalise this and make it into some massive story that it isn't at this moment. Now, once we've watched the interview in full, we'll come back to the table. We'll have a discussion about the entirety of the interview and what was actually said, and we'll break it down and we'll look at what he should and shouldn't have said and all the rest of it. But at this point, I don't see the big deal. Fans are getting carried away, calling Ronaldo a disgrace. You need to shut up and behave yourselves, calling Ronaldo a disgrace. Unbelievable. If you've got any anger and frustration, you direct that to the club's owners, not to Ronaldo, for calling out the sheer fucking fuckery from the owners, excuse my French. That's who you should be calling out, not Ronaldo. Now, if it takes someone like Ronaldo to shine a light on what's going on in a club, then so be it. I'm happy for that and I'm all ears. But just relax, calm down, take a deep breath, and let's see what the full interview entails before we start passing judgment on whether he should be sacked or this or that. He's not going to get sacked. Let's wait and see.